So everybody knows that Tucker was fired from Fox News. Now, we know that Fox's ratings have gone into the toilet since he's been gone. We know that he plans to come back on Twitter, to bring his show back on Twitter. And there is every expectation that he'll probably be more popular now that he's free from Fox News and can really say what he wants. But one thing we haven't had a definitive answer on yet is why exactly Fox News let him go. There's been talk about the Dominion lawsuit against Fox News. Part of the settlement, the speculation was that part of the settlement was having to fire Tucker Carlson. There's been talk about the network not liking his January 6th coverage, especially the stuff about Ray Epps. But we don't know for sure. But here's something very, very interesting, something that Tucker Carlson himself has just retweeted. And this is something from Chadwick Moore. It says, "For the last year, I've been writing the definitive biography of Tucker Carlson, based on thorough research and hundreds of hours of interviews. But there's some info that can't wait for July 18th. I guess that's when the book's coming out. The scoop on why Fox canceled his show." So let's watch what he has to say.
Hey guys, Chadwick Moore here. I'm the author of a new biography about Tucker Carlson, titled Tucker. I have spent the last year researching and writing this book, and during that time, I've gotten to know Tucker, his family, his friends, and his staff very well. In fact, I've gotten to know Tucker the person, not the caricature that his enemies try to portray. I was working closely with Tucker when he was taken off the air by Fox. And as some of you know, I was also a regular on his show, and I happened to be a guest on the final episode of the show, which was on April 21st. I've also seen the monologue that Tucker planned to deliver on Monday, April 24th, before his show was abruptly taken off the air. That monologue dealt with, among other things, investigations around January 6th, and particularly Ray Epps, the only person captured on video inciting people to violence at the Capitol that day, and allegedly an FBI informant who still has not been arrested or charged. Ironically, a good part of the monologue also dealt with the people and forces that are trying to silence him, like AOC and others in government. It has now been reported that his firing was a condition demanded by Dominion as part of the settlement with Fox. Although Dominion has denied this, my sources have intimate knowledge of the situation, and they have assured me, even before this news leaked, that that is in fact the truth. If that is true, it would mean that a small group of people who have a controlling interest in Dominion have managed to silence what is arguably the most important and influential conservative voice in the country, possibly until after the next presidential election. Knowing Tucker as I do, I'm confident that he will not be silenced, as I'm sure all of you are as well. If you're interested in knowing more, if you want to know about who Tucker is, about his history, his passions, and what motivates him, again, the title of the book is Tucker, and it's available for pre-order now at tuckerthebook.com or wherever books are sold.
So he's saying it's Dominion. And I have to say, I find this astonishing. And if this is true, he seems to feel very strongly that it's true, and Tucker Carlson himself is retweeting this. But if true, that is astonishing that a small group of people could have the most popular, by far the most popular cable news host removed. And as part of some settlement, it doesn't really make any sense to me, I have to say. It almost feels like maybe Fox wanted to get rid of Tucker. And I've heard rumors that the people at the top are not so conservative, really. Seems like maybe they weren't so pleased with the monologue he was about to deliver right before he was taken off the air. And that pressure from people like AOC might be embarrassing and motivating for them. Maybe Fox News itself really doesn't want Tucker digging too deeply into January 6th, into what Ray Epps was doing. Whether Ray Epps was maybe a federal informant. Even though it's just obvious right in front of everybody's face, isn't it? I mean, this is the only guy that's caught on camera explicitly inciting people. And yet nothing. No arrest, no solitary confinement for him, no charges. It's just pretty weird. It's right in front of everybody's face. But for some reason, all the other corporate journalists in the world just aren't very interested for some reason. And Fox itself didn't seem that interested, did it? Maybe there's just a confluence of all these things where Tucker just made himself very inconvenient. Not only to his political enemies, but those who at least would pretend to be his political allies at Fox News. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. That's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.